Master Top 5 podcast number 3. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this third Master Top 5 podcast. This is an experiment that, we did already 3 episodes over a month. And it's going quite well. We don't push it, we don't promote it. It's just, let's say, pure fan only, and gives a little bit more insights of the show, of myself, and everything that's going on. So, welcome to everybody. Thanks for checking in, and happy 2021 at this point. Started already 1 month ago, and let's hope that this year will bring us a little bit of hope and some more expectation, let's say. Hopefully the vaccine is coming up strong and everybody will be on the right path. That being said, so I would like to tell you some insights of Master Top 5 show, which are actually the third season has been closed, has been finished with the latest episodes. So check it out if you haven't done it yet, and we are already working toward the fourth season, which will start very, very soon. Actually, we already planned out all the videos. We will start the recording tomorrow. We cannot promise live or outdoor episodes as we did 2 seasons ago because of COVID, of course. We don't have any security, any safety. We cannot really plan anything yet rather than what we are doing now, so recording in studio, because obviously because of the COVID restriction. But yet there would be obviously more interaction with our audience, so with you, and we will actually have a new studio where we record, better technology thanks to you, obviously, and all the Canadian audience. The show has been quite successful, so we can actually invest a little bit more in a production quality. And let's hope that the results will be right in front of you. We won't turn upside down the project, because it's been quite good lately. We got very good feedback. So, but we will add here and there some little thing. Regarding this podcast, I can tell you that we are planning out. We didn't plan yet the release of the first show of the new season yet. It would be way sooner than the difference of time between the previous seasons, probably 2-3 weeks max. And in the meantime, you'll be delighted on this YouTube channel with this podcast. Speaking of which, there will be some developments even in this podcast, because we are planning to spice it up a little bit, so you don't have to see my face speaking to a camera anymore, just my face. But some cooperations are coming up. I don't want to spoil them yet, but I can tell you that there will be actors on the podcast that they will give us their own top 5, and they will co-present eventually some top 5. There will be music celebrities. Yeah, we can call them celebrities. And sports celebrities, fitness athletes, and so on, so forth. So stay tuned, because soon, you will see some good development here in this very first podcast of Master Top 5. So, that being said, I would like to answer to a few questions. As always, you can send your question or in the comment sections of our YouTube channel, any kind of video, or you can reach us out on mastertop5.com and all our socials, mastertop5.com. You have Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. And you can also send a DM directly to my Instagram account, official private Instagram account, which is Ivano Cheers, of course. And Ivano Cheers Official is my Facebook page. You can reach me out also there. Just specify the question you want to see, the answer to your question in the podcast of Master Top 5. I would like to answer a few questions. In the previous video, Steph from the Netherlands. I've been talking about the fact that I've been living in the Netherlands. I did live in the Netherlands for several years, and then I moved to Curaçao, which used to be at least a Dutch colony as well. So this spiced the reaction of few Dutch people. Steph asked me to do a meet and greet in the Netherlands. And believe me, Steph, it's something that I already wanted to do. Was planned to do, actually. Unfortunately, COVID struck. And at the moment, Holland is in a lockdown, if I'm not mistaken. Or anyway, the limitations are pretty high. Therefore, we need to postpone it. But of course, we will organize something. I'm planning to come in the Netherlands for a few events. God knows when they will be done at this point. But anyway, we will definitely organize a meet and greet event. It would be nice to share time and a beer with all you Dutch guys. And speaking of which, also Toby the Tomahawk, written actually in Dutch with the DE rather than the HE, so he is a Dutch person. Yeah, he welcomed me in the Netherlands again, so thank you very much. And he asked me what is my favorite snack, which I answered in the comment section. And he asked me to do a top 5 of the best Dutch snacks. Now, I don't know if you're, maybe you know or may not, but in Holland you have a lot of good snacks, like finger licks and all this kind of stuff, and they're awesome. It's awesome to have a nice fresh beer and this kind of food going around. So reaching out to the website of Amsterdam Tourist, I'm gonna list you the top 5 of the best Dutch snacks according with the Dutches. So the 5th place, bitterballen. Yes, bitterballen are one of the favorite snacks also for myself, actually, that you can order almost everywhere, bars, cafe, and this kind of stuff. It's a nice, very nice combination if you drink alongside beer. At least that's what I think. It's basically there's normally they are deep fried. It's like meat-based balls, deep fried with bread crumbles around. You normally eat it with sauces, whether it's spicy or mustard, you name it, and they are delicious. with a, well, let's say that there is also, I think, croquette. That is a similar snack. They are very alike. They change in shape and probably way to be cooked. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below if I'm mistaken. Number 4, poffertjes. Probably my pronunciation is not really perfect, but that's a very nice sweet treat. I might say that they are sort of very soft, small pancakes, mini pancakes, very soft with some sugar, of course, and butter flavor, probably, and they are really good. Dutch people, they also eat them outside with sards, I think, with this marinated fish. Something that I don't do because I don't eat fish, and believe it or not, I'm allergic. And poffertjes, I think that ES final means small, so it's something fluffy small. The translation, correct me if I'm wrong. And they are very, very good, and your mouth will be delighted if you eat it. Now, we have at the third place of the best Dutch snacks, according with the Amsterdam Tourism Board, patat, which is the Dutch for French fries, pretty much. And yeah, it's the Dutch version of the French fries. Belgium made it a staple of their kitchen, basically, and in Holland they are even better, I would say. Everywhere here and there you can find kiosks with selling just French fries and sauces, mayo, ketchup, you name it. And it is very, very appealing snack. Just do not exaggerate on that, or else your cholesterol will go sky high. Second place, I mentioned it before, we have croquette. And it is a very good snack. I want to add also the fact that those are really snacks. It's not complete meal. It's not a dish, you know. So eventually we will do a separate video for the dishes, typical Dutch dishes like stampon or something like that, if I remember right. Anyway, we are talking about. I think it's meaty with ragu inside, deep fried in oil, and they are coated with breadcrumbs, so very similar to the bitter bowling, just different shape, and I think sometimes they might vary a little bit in the taste inside. It depends what you really like. You can find them everywhere in Holland. Snack bars, even I guess the local McDonald's serves croquette in Holland, Mac Croquette or something like that. Yeah, I think so. At least when I was living there, they did. Always according with the Dutch Tourism Board from Amsterdam, the best snack in Holland is stroopwafel. Okay, stroopwafels are biscuits basically, and they are delicious. Trust me, I was addicted to them. They look like mini waffle. They are normally rounded, and it's really a unique pastry. You can find them also in the supermarket, and they are really unique. They are like a waffle made, as I said, and they are normally baked, I guess, horizontally. They're very, very flat, and so good, so good. There's flour inside, which in Dutch is blue. Ist, which in Dutch is gist, I think. Butter, milk, brown sugar, eggs, you name it. It is just a concussion of deliciousness. I love them. I used to dip them in the hot coffee. Those are very sweet, and I used to have coffee without sugar, and the contrast between sweetness and bitterness was wow, foodborne. Okay, I just mentioned a few others. Honorable mention. We have drop, and drop, if you may or may not know, is Dutch licorice. You can find licorice pretty much everywhere. In Holland, kaas, of course, is cheese. Holland is obviously very famous for the cheese, and so on for oliebollen, which is probably my favorite snack. Heerslag, or something like that. Pardon me for my bad pronunciation, but it's like sprinkles that you put on the bread with butter sometime, and so on and so forth. And this was the top 5 best Dutch snacks according with the Board of Tourism in Holland of Amsterdam, and that was requested by Toby the Tommyhawk. So thanks for checking in, man. Looking forward to meet you in the meet and greets we're gonna have in the future in the Netherlands. Very nice. Another request, I mean, Jaitroid, I think this is the right pronunciation of your nickname. Jaitroid keeps asking, video in, video out, to make a top 5 of the Family Guy funniest moments, or anyway something related to Family Guy. And yes, we are going to prepare plenty of Family Guy related top 5s to develop in season 4 and in the following podcasts. So keep watching, and the Family Guy top 5s are coming up. And thanks for checking in. Be our guest to submit other requests. So let's have also some Q&A, shall we? Let's see. Question from the Instagram. DM on Instagram. This is not a question, it's a request. It's Patrick ask us. We want Pam in the show. Yeah, Pam is my dog, by the way, and he's always present. He's actually here in the studio, but yeah, is asleep. He's actually sleeping a good 80% of the day, and the remaining 20% is crazy. So, but yeah, we will find a way to sneak him in somehow. Anyway, Pam, say thanks. And by the way, it's Pam and not Pam for all the English speaking people, because it's not the short of Pamela, but it's Pam, like the sound Pam, because it's crazy dog. Laura asked me, are you single? That's a personal question. Well, I think that my till at least 2 years ago, my sentimental life was quite exposed. Unfortunately, many of you know what happened to me, but yeah, I'm not single. That's it. So where are you right now, Stephen? Stephen, it depends where you come from. Let me know, man. Well, right now I'm recording from a studio in Europe, in Italy, and I'm leaving Europe within a week, and I go back to Curacao, and I will stay for a while. As you can see, I'm not in Curacao yet because of my wound sweater. Looking forward to go to warmer temperatures, and then from there probably we'll go to Canada, of course, to record and to do other working stuff in the States if they let me in. So tell us your projects in the movie industry, Charles. Okay, Charles. This is the point. Due to obviously the pandemic, the movie industry is in a sort of limbo right now. I don't say it's locked or closed, but let's say the big studios and the production companies are afraid to invest right now because they're afraid that they won't get any return on investment any sooner. Because mostly everywhere in the world, the movie theaters are closed. And even when they will open, because they will open, the capacity will be drastically reduced. That being said, probably nobody is daring to do an alternative strategy because it's quite risky. So even the movie industry, the big movie industry, it's now a little bit standing still. On the other hand, the independent movie industry, so the indies, it's working. They are shooting a lot. The problem is that it's very difficult right now to move internationally. So if I, let's say, get a part, if I get a cast in an independent movie and I have to move God knows where, it is very difficult right now. Very, very difficult to move. So at the moment, I don't have really anything right now. So I'm focusing more on the television and on my own personal businesses, investments, because the COVID. Now, what I can say is that many productions are still on, are just frozen at the moment. I have to shoot as quick as the situation gets better, the goodie box. We did already some scenes. I had to shoot other independent movies. One in Saigon, which I already recorded a monologue. You can find it on my channel, Ivano. Cheers. And there are a few other projects, but at the moment I cannot announce when they will take place because, as I said, nobody can plan long term, especially in the movie industry, and not just that, of course, but for what matters to me. So, John asked me, what's your favorite sport? And I believe as a supporter, as a fan, my favorite sport to watch at least is definitely NBA basketball. And generally speaking, basketball is something that I really love to watch. I cannot play. I did when I was working back in Greece, but yeah, with terrible results. And I love it. I love it. In Europe, when I used to as a grown up, when I was growing up in Europe, definitely football, or what the Americans call soccer, was the main sport. I did play a lot, but I would say to me is just a little bit too static. So NBA, there's much more to watch and to see and to live in the NBA matches, or generally speaking basketball. But of course, NBA is the pinnacle of the basketball, and this passion came to me when I was a kid, and thanks to Larry Bird. That was my idol, was my favorite, and I loved it back in time, Boston Celtics. And yeah, because of that, now I'm a big fan of the NBA in general. I don't have really a team, although I have a few teams that I like, one of them Toronto, because this is a Canadian transmission. I got to take some parts, right? Right. So, Jonathan, when in the States, how do you define yourself when you're in the States? Are you more an East Coaster type or a West Coaster type person? Well, I'm not in this rivalry between East Coast and West Coasts. There are awesome things happen in the East Coast and awesome things happens in the West Coast. I don't think I'm quite a reserved person. I keep everything as private as I can, which sounds very crazy due to the fact that I work in the show business and I'm speaking to a camera right now. But yeah, I am a kind of shy type, so for sure not as showing off as the stereotype of the West Coast, not really bling, would tell me to do. But you know, I like to stay everywhere. I've been in the East Coast several times for a very long time, and I've been in the West Coast as well. And I love also to stay in the south of the United States. I love Texas. So yeah, I don't take any part of that. I love every place. I love USA, definitely. Okay. This is a quite private question, which I wanna answer because I think there is a very big misconception and misunderstanding in the whole industry, not just movie industry, but in any kind of fitness sector and something like that. So Wesley asked me, have you ever used steroids to build your body for jacked parts? So yeah, that's exactly quote unquote the question. So he asked me if when you had to do some body transformation, that you had to appear in front of the camera huge and jacked, if I use steroids. And the answer is yes. No, don't get me wrong on this. When you do a big preparation, physical preparation, for a big role, and for big role I mean that is gonna give you good money, okay, financially speaking, and you have to prepare in a quite short time, you need a medical equipment, a doctor, a special doctor that follows you on that. Don't do anything against the law. Don't do anything without a doctor supervision. But yeah, I mean, when you see also very, very famous actor, do you think that this is just genetics? Do you think this? I mean, everybody is on gear at a certain point. Whether it's just a bit of test or something else, I don't care. Just play it in the safest way possible. And very, very related to the fact that you need anyway a huge amount of discipline in terms of working out, sleeping, and recovery, of course, and diet, especially. Without those, you can have all the gears you want. You will never reach any goals. So, yes, I did. I did with doctor prescription and supervision. And always been checked. I mean, I was taking blood test almost on the every other week. So that's to be clear. So, do you do online trading? Do you have any advice? Paul. Well, Paul, yeah, I do. I mean, the sponsor of the show on TV is easytraders.com, which is basically a website based on the eToro platform. So I do online trading, but it's more an hobby. I just do it with very small amounts of money, and I have to be honest that it works pretty well. I just do short trades, so I buy and I sell, buy, so on and so forth. I'm really a rookie. I'm an amateur, and I can't give you any advice. But for sure, lately, you can do good money with with cryptocurrencies. But I mean, everybody knows. So, what can I say? But time is running, and I would like to give you another top 5, this time requested by so many users, and is the top 5 most expensive cars in the world in 2021 at last. The requirements are simply that these cars needs to be street legal and produced somehow with numbers. I mean, doesn't have to be one of a kind. Of course, needs to be at least a line of production in there. Although the number of items, they are so expensive that not really a lot of people can afford them. So the 5th place of the top 5 most expensive cars in the world, we find the Ferrari F60 America. Okay, the Ferrari 60 America, besides being gorgeous, is basically mechanically identical to the F12, but it's in form of Berlinetta. Yeah, like the old California on steroids, to say. It's a 6.2 liters V12, and it has 740 horsepower. And the Ferrari F60 America costs, price tag is 2.5 million, so save a bit and buy one. At the 4th place, we find the Mansory Viveur Bugatti Veyron. So it's an extended, evolved version of the original Bugatti Veyron. And of course, if you may or may not know, Bugatti Veyron was for ages the most expensive street legal car, and especially the fastest. And this is a better edition, a luxury edition, and the fastest edition. At the 3rd place of the most expensive cars in 2021, we have a car that probably, unless you're not a car obsessed, many of you probably not even know what it is. It's the W Motors Lycan Hypersport, and is definitely a supercar that used to become famous in Dubai and these kind of areas. And you can find many of those crashed, few of them crashed for the roads of Dubai, and few even abandoned in the desert. That's absurd if you think about that the car costs $3.4 million. Piece of cake. At the 2nd place, the second most expensive car so far is the Lamborghini Veneno. And this is basically a concept car that came through. And it's like a spacecraft, as like any kind of latest street legal Lamborghini on steroids. It's crazy. And the price tag is 4.5 million. And the most expensive car in the world, as its brand is conserving basically the tradition. We have the Coninsect CCXR3 Vita or 3 Vita, that with 4.8 liters dual supercharged V8 can develop 1004 braking horsepower. That's incredible. And the price tag is $4.8 million US. Unbelievable. These were the top 5 most expensive production cars. We have a few honorable mention: the Aston Martin 177, Pagani Huayra, which is the successor of the Pagani Zonda, the Ferrari LaFerrari, and the Zenvo ST1. But all those are nowhere near to the price tags of the top 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast made us speak a lot, so it's time to say goodbye. Please stay tuned for all the news and the coming up podcast. Keep watching us, and as always, I am Ivano. Cheers, and in behalf of Master Top 5 Show, MasterTop5.com, Master Top 5 Podcast, and in behalf of all the crew, of course, and on big demand, my dog Pan, I wish you all the best, and I see you for the next show and or podcast. Love you all. Goodbye. Take care. And please comment down below. Let us know whatever you want. Bye.